Jenny Brinker, and Jenny is a certified energy manager who instructs at NWTC. And many of you might know that they NWTC just put in a state-of-the-art facility there, and Jenny is going to talk to us about that and what it can do to our community. So I want to welcome Jenny.
Thanks a lot. Oh, there's a little clicker here too. So yeah, state-of-the-art facility, maybe not so state-of-the-art presentation about it, but I'm just going to open up with a graphic maybe some of you have seen. Have you seen this before? Maybe in your social media accounts come up. Ikegai. Maybe it resonates with me because I studied Japanese in high school. My kid's name is Ike. I don't know, but I just love this term that comes out of Japan. And it's the reason I put this up here is because as colleges and teachers out there, we have the ability to offer our students an opportunity to sort of align, and all of us have this opportunity, to align what we love, what's our passion, what are we good at, what could also be good for the world. I've got this environmental streak in me, so I lean that way. And then also, of course, we got to get paid, right? I got kids to feed. So, Ikegai is a term that I go back to and makes me, think about my own career, and also when my students come to me that are studying renewable energy and energy management. I find that this term really resonates with them too, and the things that they're telling me of why they're in this industry too. So. Enough of that. Let me show you around where these cool kids are studying now. This is the current picture I took on Monday, another blue sky day of the the Energy Center at NWTC. Does everyone know where NWTC is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you don't, it's out on the west side on Lewison Street. So the main campus has sort of blown up its seams, and we've built a couple of other buildings, and this is just one of them. It's very exciting because not only is energy management and solar in this program, but also our utility programs. We like to use energy, right? We depend on it. We pretty much take it for granted. So we also train all of those people that help us keep the gas going and the lights on and electricity flowing through our power lines. Obviously, some work needs to be done. Amanda, I see you in the audience. We got Sustainable Ag represented here from NWTC, and also our horticulture program, which will be helping with the landscaping this spring. And it will include sustainable landscaping, no irrigation, and hopefully some edible stuff too, which I've tasted at UWGB. I know they have some edible landscaping there that I've checked out too. So this is what it looks like right now. Pretty cool looking building and some dirt. This is the schematic that we got from Performa, the architect, and obviously looks quite a bit different. What do you notice?
Solar panels.
Yeah, lots and lots of solar. So as the building right now, here, we're using 1/3 of the energy that a typical education facility uses. And we can credit that to smart, sustainable building ideas, what we try to teach in our colleges and at NWTC, right? So within this building we have geothermal energy and some other cool things that I'm going to point out as I take you on a tour. So that other third, right? So we're still using some energy. We hope to replace with renewable energy, with solar. They put up a little wind turbine back at some battery tenders we keep up here, so we'll have a couple of small wind turbines, but primarily be relying on solar to replace that third of the energy. Now, we are a technical college, trades driven in this building. Our students will be installing most of the solar. So this spring, about 200 kilowatts of potential, 200 kilowatts of solar will go up, and that will be placed on this outdoor solar lab that you see here. And it won't look like that because our students came up with their creative brains, a better design that will take up less space per watt that they produce. So come and check it out. We're excited to show it off. What you see here is kind of washed up there. I call this building a living lab, and I totally stole that term. But what's cool is we get to teach using the technologies that are in the building. So just a couple of things in this entryway. We have what looks like a light. That's actually sunlight. That's a light tube coming in through the ceiling. What you also see here, all right, these kiosks, they're everywhere, right? Well, this one will be showing the people that look at it how much energy the building is consuming at any given moment. We'll have sub-meters that show how much energy is being used in different areas of the building. And other things that you can see, we have LED lighting technology. Let me just take you through a couple of other things. This slide's a little dark, but notice no drop ceiling. We're mindful of acoustics, but we just kind of tore off the ceiling in parts of this building so we can actually talk about the mechanics of it with the students. And they're actually going to be programming some of the automation and optimizing the energy savings and water savings in this building, which I am so stoked, because we've been doing these projects as service learning in other parts of the community, and we just get to continue them on right on campus. All right, our hearts, our mechanics. This is the kind of mechanics of a building. The mechanical room at the Energy Center is open for all to view that come and visit it. So you can see the geothermal pumps, the variable refrigerant flow, the boilers being commissioned here. You can see the gentleman doing the boiler commissioning. And basically, I just wanted to let you know, the mechanical room, which is always like tucked away, people don't want you to hear or look at it, is visible. All right. My notes for this slide say, we do have women students, okay? All right, so unfortunately, I just loved this picture. These really nice guys. So what they're doing is they're working on the solar lab. A few of the students that came up with that awesome solar design, they're working with the sun eye there. So that's just a picture of the outdoor solar lab and what those light tubes look like on the exterior. You can get an idea of that too. All right. We're living through an energy transition. I love that, you pointed out, the renewable energy opportunities in California and really everywhere with virtual reality in 2045 or a look to 2045. So what that essentially looks like and what we'd like to train our students is to basically, instead of relying on energy and power kind of going one way from its generation to consumption, now our students are going to have to understand how to manage when energy is being produced, when we need it, and have all those communications balance out our electrical grid. Okay. This is just one of the last couple of slides. I just want to summarize again that this building houses programs that both manage energy and also find good sources of energy as well. So we also have solar all around campus. This is just a really cool example of our John Hippensteel's design, the solar instructor, one of them that they put out front. And with that, I think my time is sort of winding up. Oh, I got a couple of minutes left. Peace to you as well. So we also, I guess, my joke for this slide was supposed to be like, thanks NWTC for taking me out of the trailer, because for a long time, before we kind of bust into this new building, I was doing a lot of my instruction along with a couple other instructors out of a trailer, which is cool. It's a mobile lab, and we take it out to high schools and we teach with it, but it feels good to be in a building. So, thanks so much, and I'm happy to answer any questions, or if you're interested in coming to check out the building, please make contact with me and we can show you around. Any questions about the subject? Yeah.
What's the possibility of retrofitting other buildings out on the campus to do the same thing?
Oh, I love that. You talked about that. So we have a really great energy team that meets every month, and it involves our facilities folks, our utility managers, myself, and other instructors too. So what they do is, I'm sorry, it's going to be kind of a long story here, is every month they sort of plan, what's the next thing that we can do to reduce the amount of energy we use, or install renewable energy, another car charging station on campus. So the potential is there. If we were to go to, completely geothermal and all solar energy, I think we'd have to buy a lot more acreage and invest a ton of money. But there are a lot of resources out there, including, have you heard of LEED building codes? Like LEED for existing buildings would be a great resource, and some of those standards are things that our group looks to hopefully implement. But NWTC, I think we're all LED lights now, and without tearing apart buildings and putting them back together, they're doing the best they can.
To piggyback off that question, do you guys talk to or communicate with any other colleges that might be trying to do the same thing to get and grow, see what you guys are doing and build off of it?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I wish my dean, Amy Cox, was here to answer that. I know we have the 2+2 programs that lead in UWGB, especially for engineering right now. We're having an open house in June, which I'm sure a lot of the other colleges around will be invited to. But is there a specific effort that kind of brings together our energy team with other campuses' energy teams? I think that's a fantastic idea. I just don't know that that's happening yet. But we could learn from each other. Yeah.
How do you get this technology in the hands of the architects, the engineers, the business community that can put this really and implement this into their LEED builds and all these things in our community? How can we go green?
Oh boy, thank you for asking that. We built this building in Green Bay, and there's other examples of green buildings. Where are they? I think I heard some conversations about out west, California, right? California. So it was a challenge here, I gotta say. Some of the ideas that were brought to the table didn't end up in this building because there were thoughts that contractors around here won't build with insulated concrete form walls, and different ideas that could have even improved the building design a bit more without too much cost. So how can we influence that? I think by showcasing this building in the Green Bay area. We worked with local architects. We ringed them to give us what we got. But I think that more exposure to this, and we have industries in this area that are all about building automation and building better. It's just a little slower, I think, around here, unless anybody wants to say, oh no, we got this going on. Let me know. I hope that answered the question around the way.
I was wondering about your percentages of females in geothermal, solar, turbine, like how, is it parity or not enough,
There are less females in this Energy Center building. And in terms of instructors too, I am the only female instructor in the building right now. I got a window seat, so I think that was my office is by the window. But as far as the students go, I see that increasing just in the 3.5 years that I've been there, that we have more and more young female students.
What is your population at your university, at the school, the university, or what?
NWTC?
Yeah, NWTC.
Is it 5,000 people?
I've heard the number several times. I'm looking at Al too. I know you teach that number off the top of your head. Yeah, we were told that several times, and it gets muddled because they tell us how many people are taking one credit, in the last 5 years. So there's 20,000 students now. No, I'm just kidding. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up.
Just sort of multifaceted. Does the building catch and reutilize water?
And I don't know if I cut you off, but
No, well, it's kind of like there's that, and then wondering if you utilize radiant heat And or if there's any heat recapturing apparatus?
Yeah. So, first question about the water. We do not capture gray water. It was one of those things that we really pushed for and didn't happen. You can capture rainwater off buildings, use it to flush your toilets, put it through just a simple filter, right? And use it for those kind of things. We didn't end up doing that, unfortunately, with our budget. And then as far as thermal energy, they will be putting solar thermal, and there's a lot of discussion about replacing the brick facade with transpired air walls. So you basically be preheating air in a black area that captures more sun, and then cycling that into the building rather than taking cold air for the outdoor air requirements. And you asked about heat recovery. This building is one of a few I've seen in my life that has a heat recovery wheel. So rather than just taking pure cold air in the wintertime into the building, they mix it with the building's already conditioned air with a wheel. And you can check that out in the mechanical room if you ever stop in.
So, but you didn't use like radiant?
Yes, there's in-floor radiant tubing for the heating, and also there's forced air through constant air volume boxes too.
Okay, I think we have to keep going, so thank you very much, Jenny. Also, Jenny, this is like the only building in Wisconsin that is like this, right? This is the only one?
You know, the Aldo Leopold Center in Baraboo is one of the first LEED Platinum buildings. I highly encourage you to check that out in Baraboo. That one is the one I know. The DNR office building in Green Bay is also LEED Gold. Anybody know of any other like sustainable buildings?
I'm trying to think of the LEED over by Wisconsin Rapids. The DNR has a visitor center, and I can't think of, there's a big state park there, and that's all recovering energy through a lot of wood-fired stuff, and they're recovering the energy in the chimney, and they do have ground source heat pumps there too, so.
There should be a map or something, right? Yeah.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have